Hey everyone, I'm Nate.
And I'm Abby.
We are just waking up. We are the TheRcSaylors, and we're down here in sunny and windy Florida.
Last day here, so we wanted to get in front of the camera and show you, or not show you,
Tell you a little bit more about the Miss Seattle RC boat. Just a heads up, we had to pack pretty lightly, so we don't have our mic equipment or any of the good stuff that we have back home. So catch a little wind gusts in the mic there. I apologize.
Too bad, so sad.
Yeah. So the Miss Seattle's pretty cool because it is ready to run, and when they say ready to run, the last boat that we had featured on our channel advertised to be ready to run, but I had the small little complaint that it didn't come with the tape to seal off the like the cowl, I guess, the top cover. After you've put the battery in, you need some tape, and if it's ready to run, you get out by the lake. You don't think to bring tape until after you're out there. So for the first time,
at least for us,
for first-time buyers or maybe even second-time buyers, it is good to know that this comes with tape, and it does work. I suggest just buying more later, because the more times you use it, you'll eventually run out of this stuff.
and it does not come with its own battery. We've been running it with this Flight Power LiPo 1000 milliamp 3S battery with a Dean's connector.
And it does really well. That's actually a star plug connector.
Yeah, star plug, but it's Dean's. You can plug any Dean's.
Dean's did work on it, but officially that's a star plug.
Yep.
The boat came with a spare prop and some little rubber bands to help hold on the, there's a little thing on the end of the boat there that the rubber bands are holding it on.
And it came with the Tactic TTX 300 transmitter, which is really nice. It had a nice grip. Made it pretty fun to hold. I like the curvature.
Couple features of the Tactic TTX 300 that we'll go over in this video because we're not reviewing the transmitter, but I have to say this is my first time getting some use in on the TTX 300, and my favorite thing about it is the ergonomics. For me, it just fits right in my hand perfectly. The balance feels great, and I just can't get over, again, how well it feels. It's just a natural feel in your hand while you're driving. It feels doesn't feel clunky or anything.
Right.
So we'll move on from that. The boat itself comes with a nice little boat stand. It is just cheap light plastic, but the boat is sitting on it. You can see that it does its job of keeping it off of the rudder and this little kind of stabilizing side rudder.
Jigamash thing.
Jigama thinger. I don't know exactly what it's called, but it does help when you're taking tight turns in the water. That does help keep the boat stable, so that's what that's for. It keeps those bits and pieces off of the table or surface that you have the boat laying on, and it just makes it look a little bit nicer. Moving on to the looks of the boat, it does look really awesome. Look at this thing.
AquaCraft did a great job of making this a sharp.
It's the sharpest boat that we have.
It is, like it has the pointy, it could like cut you, it looks like.
Yeah, it's pretty cool looking. Not only does it look cool, but it goes fast. This has a brushless, water-cooled 2200 kV motor in there. Electric motor, of course, because you're running off of battery. And it sounds like a little jet ski when it's in the water. It wants to go fast. And it can go fast, given the right conditions. We found, in our experience here in sunny, windy Florida,
that's what they're hearing right now.
Yeah, that the wind really does affect boats, probably more than it affects planes and quadcopters, because it will push you to the direction of the wind, and that really hinders the performance of this boat, because if you've got the wind to the back, the wind wants to pick up the back of the boat and pull the prop up out of the water, and then you're just shooting air bubbles and you're not going anywhere. But if we found that if you're facing the wind, if you're going into the wind a bit, then this just wants to fly. I mean, it is quick, and it sounds really cool when you're driving it.
Right.
It turns on a dime too, and that's actually something, when it's windy, kind of hinders the performance again, because I'll turn it.
It's a good thing and a bad thing. Nate goes into his turns with boats way too fast.
Yeah.
You kind of gotta, like when you drive a jet ski, you can't like that, you fall off. You gotta ease into the curves. You can't go full throttle when you turn. You can't
She's
do
right.
that probably with any boat. It'll flip.
I think we've got footage of it. There was a shot where I was going really fast into the wind, and then I turned it too quick, and the wind caught it the wrong way, and it flipped it upside down in the water. This boat,
As water comes out.
This boat does not have a self-righting feature, but because it was so windy, we flipped it over a few times. It did manage to just kind of blow its way back into the shore, and we picked it up and
Wasn't
turned it
too
over,
bad.
drove it again. There's a little hose here on the back left or the mid left of the boat that sucks in the water, and it gets shot out here on the right side for the water cooling. There's a little plug on the back of the boat that if you get completely filled up with water, that's actually coming out of the hose.
Yeah, I know.
If it's completely filled up with water, just you did a bad taping job, then you can unplug that and drain the water out a lot easier than dumping the whole thing. There's one body clip on the back. You lift up on this,
I really like this.
and then you
how it
push
works.
forward on that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really secure. I like that it locks in on the front, then down on the back, and the body clip. That's one of my favorite boat covers I've had. It is really cool. I like
Yeah.
that a lot. Then you take this off. This is the part that you actually will tape up to seal. And included was some Velcro to help hold your battery in place, which is really nice. You slap the other piece on your battery, and then clearly you can see the motor up front here, which is the 2200 kV brushless water-cooled motor, and it's driven right down through the middle of the boat here with some nice seals to the drive shaft, and then the nice big rudder and prop on the back. I like that bright blue prop too.
Yeah.
It's pretty sweet. All the surfaces that are touching the water are really flat. I do like that too. They've kind of put some hardened plastic here on the front two pontoons. I suppose that's a bit for durability, but probably more for speed. They did manage to put, it looks like a balloon that they just cut the tip off of and then put a rubber band around the end, but that does the trick, and that's on the receiver, and it keeps the water out of the receiver. So great job to them for doing that. It's Velcroed down. There's the ESC tucked into the corner here. It's a nice big chunk of an ESC. I don't know what the amp coverage is on it.
Ampage.
Ampage. It did come Dean's ready, and the servo has been doused in water, completely drenched, and it still works just fine. Everything has been completely submerged quite a few times with our driving, and it still works really well.
And it's not just been submerged in any water, it's been submerged in salt water. And a lot of Floridians have come up to us saying, is that a saltwater safe boat? Because apparently they've been looking forever for a boat that can go in saltwater.
Yep.
They do not advertise this as a boat that's safe in saltwater, but we have, after driving it a couple times, it still drives, and we haven't had any problems with it.
Right. We've been down here for about 4 days now, and even the first day we went out with this, and it's still performing just fine. Although we did drive it the last time in freshwater, and that may have helped.
That wasn't freshwater.
The dog park?
Yeah, that was saltwater.
That was saltwater too, sure?
Yep.
Oh, okay. So all of our runs have been in saltwater. I don't see any weird buildup of anything, but if it was me, I would still flush this out with a hose when you get back home, and it just take 30 seconds. So take care of your RC vehicles if you want them to last a long time, especially one that is $200. What is this, $180?
Yeah.
I think it's 180 bucks.
Plus whatever the battery costs.
Which is about 20 bucks. So you're going to be in close to 200.
And then you would need a charger too.
Right. But it's a good price point. I like this boat quite a bit. I think that you just have to give it good conditions. Right now, the gusts of wind are down, and it would drive really well on
Yeah,
some
the
good
gusts are
fun.
when they're down. They're probably not thinking that.
Maybe. I think that it would perform really well in the right conditions. It will be the perfect boat, and it'll do exactly what you imagine it will do. But I have to say, if it's very windy, you're not going to have quite as much fun with it if you're looking at like 15 to 20 mile an hour winds or more. So just like any RC vehicle, except for trucks, You just kind of have to wait for the right flight conditions or the driving conditions. They're all a little bit weather based, and then this is kind of a perfect boat if you just give it what it wants to drive it. Oh, the runtime and charge time. This charges in about, with my charger, it's a universal charger, it's about 45 minutes to an hour, but that's because it does that intentionally based on how many cells and everything, so like an hour. And then the runtime is about 8 to 12 minutes.
Oh no.
You think it's more or less?
No, less. Depends on how you drive it. If you're driving it like I do, pretty much full throttle almost the whole time, you're probably only going to get about 4 or 5 minutes. If you're kind of puttering around, that's probably when you can reach the 8-10 minute range.
Yeah, but that means, that tells you one thing. When you have a short run time, what's that mean? It goes fast.
It goes fast.
It's pretty quick. We got tons of people to stop and watch while they were walking by, and little kids would come up and ask things about it. Even some moms came up to us and asked little questions about it. So this is a head turner. You just got to get it in the right conditions.
Yes.
You can buy the AquaCraft Miss Seattle RC boat at towerhobbies.com. We'll have the link in the description box of this video.
They have great customer service, so we definitely encourage you to head on over there to purchase this vehicle.
Yeah.
If you like the idea of getting a free RC, be sure to head on over to our challenge series on our channel. We're going to have it linked in the description box, up on the video, wherever, and it's a lot of fun. All you have to do is vote for me or Nate, and you could be entered to win a free RC.
That's right. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video. But we'll be back in Kentucky, maybe, probably.
Oh no, I don't want to go back.
I don't know. We'll have a few other videos that we're going to do while we're here. Stop by and you can see some little fun adventures that we've been on while we were here in Florida.
Right. Lots of fun.
Yeah.
I don't want to go home.
Popeye will be home.